Hey guys and girls, it's Russ from PTI.com. Working as a fitness instructor. As you can probably imagine, whenever I'm on shift over at my gym, I get asked about supplements quite a lot. And given that it's January, it's probably a good time to do a video like this. So in today's video, I'm going to show you my 5 or 6. We'll see how many we can fit in this video before I've got to shoot off to pick up my son from school. My 5 or 6 recommended supplements for those who are looking to build a leaner, more muscular physique. Okay. As always, we're going to keep the advice simple. We're not going to go overly scientific. I know you guys like that about our channel, so you're going to understand it basically. Don't worry about getting lost in the world of supplements like so many people do. What I'm also going to do as well on this one, I'm going to list these in what we consider to be the order of importance. So don't worry if you've got a bit of money to spend on supplements and you're not sure what to buy. I'm going to give you a few examples here, and if you can't afford all of them, don't worry, just start at the top and work your way down. Alright, that's the way we're going to try and do this to help as many people as possible with this video here today. I'll also put a blog post on where we'll go a bit more in depth for those who want to get a bit more information. We'll put a link to that somewhere in the description for you. Alright, so product number 1, you can probably guess what I'm going to say. This is the one that everybody wants to use, whey protein, right? Whey protein is probably the most popular supplement out there of all for a very long time now. The main function of whey protein is suitable for men and women. A lot of women think if they take a whey supplement they're going to get big and muscular. It's not really true. It's just protein. It's the same as eating, you could eat chicken, you could eat fish, you could eat eggs, you could eat anything with protein. It's not a miracle formula to get massive. Okay, the trick is finding the right type of protein for you. This is great for helping you build muscle, but there are 2 types of protein out there. Ones which are designed to help you get ripped, ones which are designed to help you get big. And knowing how to tell the difference is, for many people, the confusing bit, because every supplement tells you you need it, it tells you it's the best thing ever. And a lot of people have this trial and error approach, which ends up costing a fortune. So when you're looking at a whey protein supplement, if your goal is to get lean but not get really big, you don't want to gain lots of weight, one thing you got to look for, more important than anything else, I would say, is the carb content. Right? Now, recent studies have shown that our bodies can handle about 20 to 30 grams of protein in one sitting, so you don't need to go for a protein shake which is giving you 50, 60 grams. So you don't really need that if your goal is to get lean, because your body's not going to be able to use it as efficiently as it would a smaller dosage. And then you look at the carb intake and you'll notice that a protein which is designed to get you leaner as opposed to bigger is going to have a fairly low carb content. Now, when you try to get big really fast, carbs are your best friend. So you look at any of those big mass gainers, you'll notice, yes, they provide you with protein, but they're loaded with carbs, alright, and that's where you're going to get the size from. So if it has a relatively low carb intake alongside 20 to 30 grams of protein, that's good, that's what you want if you want to get leaner, okay? As well as that, look at the type of protein. I'll try and do a video on this where we go a bit more in depth, because a lot of people don't know what to look for and they waste so much cash on proteins that aren't suited for their goals. But there's 3 types. There's hydrolyzed, isolate, and concentrate. Hydrolyzed is the fastest digested form, so it tends to be the most expensive. Isolate, second. Concentrate is third. Don't worry if you can't afford a hydrolyzed product. The other 2 work. I mean, they're very effective still, but if you want to get the best, go for a hydrolyzed. It's a bit more expensive, but it'll digest and hit your muscles faster after a workout. Okay, product number 2. If you're trying to build more strength, you want to get stronger, leaner, more muscular in the gym, creatine. Now, so many forms of creatine out there. It's very popular. A lot of people that use it don't really know what it does, because it tends to get a bit too scientific and they just lose interest. And they end up taking it just because, they're told you're supposed to take it. It's very easy, this supplement, honestly, once you get past all the hype and the jargon with it. Creatine's a natural substance. It's already in your body, and it's what you use for explosive movements, like if you sprint suddenly, but then after about 20 seconds, you've run out, and you'll get this horrible feeling, this burning in your legs, which will force you to slow down, and your body's creatine levels are building back up in the background, and if you carried on running at a slower speed, after a couple of minutes, you'll be able to go again, right, for just another short burst. Compare it to like when a boxer gets a second wind. So by supplementing creatine as well, you increase your ability for those explosive movements to be a bit longer. So if you put that into a gym setting, it might be you can lift an extra weight, or you can do a few more reps. So using creatine in itself won't make you bigger, but the effects it will have on your training will help you get bigger, will help you get more powerful. tons of different types of creatine, like protein. There's tons of different blends out there, always developing new ones. If you want to stick to the one with the most scientific research behind it, creatine monohydrate. The good thing about that is that it's the oldest, it's the cheapest, it's the easiest available. You can't really go wrong with it. What a lot of the supplement companies tend to do as well, when they develop the newer blends, which obviously are a lot more expensive, you'll notice when you look at the prices of them, they tend to say bad things about old things, kind of like when a razor company brings out a new razor. Easiest way to sell it is to say it's better than the last one, and they do that with creatine monohydrate. So there's a few myths going around about it that you've got to stop using it after 2 months. That was something which was said years ago when there was no long-term research on it, because it was still fairly new. You don't have to stop after 2 months. That's been proven many times now. So don't, if you ever hear that, just ignore that. There's athletes that use it all year round, you know. As well as that, another popular myth with this one I find is that a lot of people complain that if you use it, you'll get bloated off creatine monohydrate. Again, it's another myth which has been completely blown out of the water, but it's like one of those things like when women think they shouldn't do weights because they'll get huge. You know, it's one of the things that just seems to be in most gyms. So many tests done on this as well with creatine monohydrate, and what it does is it forces water into your muscles. It gives your muscles a fuller, harder look, but it doesn't force water in between the muscle and the skin, so you're not going to get that blurry, bloated look. It's an absolute myth. It's been shown many times in studies, and it's just one of those things that goes from gym to gym and gets around by word of mouth. And once you start believing something, you'll tend to start seeing it, like when you tell yourself you're getting a cold, and before you know it, you get one, or a headache. If you concentrate that much, you'll actually give yourself one. So ignore all the nonsense which goes on with creatine. It's perfectly safe as long as you stick within the guidelines, and it'll help you increase your strength. And as I say, stick to the basic form, and you can't really go wrong with it, to be honest with you. Supplement number 3, for those of you that want to go even further down the list, casein is a good form of protein. And believe it or not, casein has been on the market for so long, and until about 4 months ago, there was no actual proof, behind theories. It was only a few months back that there was scientific tests done which showed it does actually live up to all the theories behind it. A lot of supplements like that, they'll tell you they're awesome, but there's no proof, and casein was one of those until recently. People used it because the theory made sense, but now there is actual research, so I'm happy to recommend this to you. Casein is similar to whey, only while whey is good because of how fast it hits your muscles after a workout, casein is the opposite. It's very slow digesting. You might think, well, why do I want that much? Well, this is good if you take it before you go to bed, and it's going to keep the muscle building process in your body turned on while you sleep. It's going to help you build muscle while you're not even doing anything, right? So having a casein supplement, for those of you that can afford to go to a third supplement in the list, that's a great idea. That's why it's number 3. It'll help you put more lean muscle on, keep the muscle building process going while you sleep. Plus, you wake up the next day and you're not going to feel like your muscles are stalling. Right, now we get further down the list. I want to talk about carbohydrates. Now, the reason this is number 4, I'll explain in a second, because I think carbs are very important, but I've put it at number 4 for a reason, which we'll get to. Now, after your workout, your body is craving food, right? It's craving any type of nutrition it can get, basically. So whenever you hit it within 45 minutes, it's going to really use it to its maximum potential, depending on what the food is. That's why whey protein is good. Straight in, hydrolyzed whey protein mixed with water, straight into your body, straight into your muscles. When it comes to carbs, the general advice that I would give is most of your carbs should come from complex carbs, slow digesting, but after a workout, you want to be hitting with quick digesting carbs, because your body doesn't want you to have some oats that are going to take hours to digest. It's starving, it wants them now, right? So that's where you hit it with carbs such as, glucose, dextrose, maltodextrin, stuff like that. The reason it's number 4 on the list is because, to be honest, carbs isn't really a supplement. You can get this from food. You don't need to go out and buy one of those carb supplements. You just go and get it from some food. It's a lot cheaper and easier. And also, I find that with carbs, a lot of people cut carbs. If you're really watching your carbs, a lot of people like to skip having carbs after a workout. So that's why it's number 4. It doesn't mean it's not important. It's just technically not a supplement to me. Okay, now we're getting on to the tail end of the list here. Number 5, I want to talk about branched chain amino acids, BCAAs. You're going to get a good dosage of this in your protein anyway, your whey protein, but if you can afford to supplement with some BCAAs as well, then you'll notice the results from this. As we discussed with protein, branched chain amino acids are, people often refer to them as the building blocks of muscle. You know, muscle building, it's going to help you build more muscle in a shorter time. It's going to make more of each gym session. Taking your branched chain amino acid supplement with your protein shake and your carbs after your workout. I guess the main branched chain amino acid, there's more than 20 of these in each supplement, but the main one I want to look at is leucine. This is kind of the MVP, if you want to call it that. It's the main one. It acts almost like a key, turning on the engine of the muscle building process. So by supplementing with BCAAs as well as what you get from your protein supplement, you'll notice a lot more results. The general rule for this, as I say, is people take it afterwards, but if you're doing high intensity interval training, it's a useful tip for you guys doing interval training for muscle building or fat loss. A recent study again showed that if you take your BCAA supplement before you do that type of training, it actually increased uptake into the muscle by about 30%. We've got a video on that. You watch our video on HIIT nutrition. We'll explain that in a bit more depth, but that's a little tip for you guys doing HIIT training as well as your weights. I think, can we fit one more in? I've got to go to Junior for another 15 minutes, so alright, we're going to try and fit another one in before I got to go, guys. For those of you that can afford to go even further, really want to go all out with your supplements, look at glutamine. Again, this is one that some people rate this as really important, others don't, so I just want to make sure it gets on the list because it is underrated. Glutamine is an amino acid. This one's very good for muscle recovery. That's the main reason people use it. Okay, you'll notice for a few weeks of taking this, you'll notice that your body recovers faster from each session. It also has a few other uses as well. And one of the best ones I find with glutamine is that it's going to help your immune system. You know, if you keep on working out quite intense, you're going to find that you're a bit susceptible to minor illnesses like colds, headaches, just general light flu. When you're taking glutamine, it's going to help build your immune system back up a lot faster, and it'll stop things like that, which again is going to help you with your training because it means you won't be missing days or you won't be going half-assed in the gym. One of the other benefits as well, of course, of glutamine, it increases growth hormone. Much like when you go to sleep, you're going to release more growth hormone naturally. It's going to help you get bigger. It's going to help you get more powerful. Again, if you're a lady watching this thinking, I don't want to get bigger, it doesn't mean it's going to help you get huge. You know, you have to be eating like a bodybuilder to get like a bodybuilder, but it's going to help you to put more lean muscle on. And obviously, the science shows you that the more lean muscle you can build, the more fat you lose as well. So, ladies, ain't nothing wrong with building a bit of lean muscle. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of big weights, like I always say in my videos. Some of my best clients in the gym, we were talking sort of models, actresses, terrified to do weights at first, and now look better than ever because they've been training heavy with weights, using a good range of supplements, getting a good balanced diet. That's all you've got to do. You don't have to go all scientific. Anyway, I literally do have to go now, guys. So I hope today's list has helped you. I'll try and put a link on the blog in the description where I can get an article set up, maybe give you guys a few tips that would help been able to fit in today's video, so check that out if you need any advice and supplements. We put like a contact page on in case anyone's got any questions. Yeah, you can reach me on Facebook page. Just go on Russ Howe PTI on Facebook, click like, and you can get in touch with me directly. Any advice you need on workouts or supplements or anything like that. As always, guys, I will catch you next time. I love doing these videos. I'm going to do a few more this week, I think. So if there's anything you need help with, just let me know. I think the next video we're going to do, we're going to get back in the gym and we're going to do a full body fat loss workout. Really blast you guys. You seem to like that sort of CrossFit home workout, zero equipment, stuff you can do in a park if you want. I love doing that sort of training, so we'll get back to that on the next video. Have fun, guys. Have a good workout. Bye bye.